Welcome to the demo of Newton. Newton is a decentralized options trading platform which provides support for settlement in ETH and DAI stablecoin. All the price feeds on the platform are provided by decentralized oracles by Teller. This platform is deployed on the Ringby test network, so it uses Ringby DAI. If you want Ringby DAI for test purpose, then you can go over to the faucet. You can enter the amount of DAI you want, and then you can click submit. And after a transaction, you're good to go. So let's start trading. For the purpose of this demo, I'll be showing call options, but for put options, it will be pretty much the same, only the cash flows will differ. This panel shows the current market value of Ethereum, the DAI stablecoin, and the ETH DAI pair. Here we can place a new order for a call option or a put option. Here we can view all of the open orders, and here we can view all of our active orders. Now right now I've placed a couple of orders for a long call and one order for a long put. If I switch over to a different account, then I can view those orders amongst the open orders for call and for put alike. So let's place an order for a short call. Now in the case of call option, the settlement type will be decided by the seller. And for the case of put option, the settlement type is decided by the buyer. The settlement type of ETH is analogous to a physical settlement, wherein actual ETH is transferred from one account to the other, whereas a DAI settlement is analogous to a cash settlement, wherein the profits are calculated and only the profit amount is transferred to the buyer. And this is where Teller's price feed oracles come in to get the current market value and calculate the current profit and only transfer that amount. So let's place a short call order. I'll enter the strike price, the option cost, and the quantity of ETH. And I'll select ETH for the settlement type. Now for placing a short call order, I have to send one ETH or the specified amount of ETH to the smart contract of the call option, which will be given over to the buyer at the time of settlement. So we see the order has been placed. Now, if the order has not yet been taken by another party and we want to cancel it, then we can simply click on refund, and the one ETH which we gave as an escrow to the call options contract will be refunded back. If I switch over to the other account, so here I can see the order which I placed from the other account, and I can buy to open this order. But before that, let's place another order, this time with a DAI settlement type. This time let's change the strike price to 210 so that we can have a decent profit here, and then I can properly display the cash flow. So here we have to supply a margin which is about 2/3 of the current market value, and from this margin the profit will be deducted and sent to the buyer of the call option. Now once we approve the contract to retrieve the margin from our DAI account, we need to make the actual transaction to open the short call order. Order has been placed and we can see our order here. So let's go back to the other account. So here we can see the two orders which we placed from the other account in the ETH settlement type and the DAI settlement type, and the strike price of both of them. Now to open up the long position, we can buy and then transfer the premium account over to the seller. So now we see we have the order displayed here, and right now we are incurring a loss of 10.9 DAIs. So if we go over to settle, we can see that settling is not allowed because the call option contract has an inbuilt mechanism to prevent you from confirming the settlement if the amount of loss incurred is more than the premium which you have paid. But if you are being able to recover even a part of the premium, then you can settle. Now let's buy the other option too. So here we can see the option which we just bought, and here we are having a profit of 9.1 DAI because the strike price was 210, whereas the current market value is 222. So if we switch back over to the other account, which is the seller for that option, then in the first case we can see the seller is incurring a loss of 9.1 for the 210 strike price option, whereas a profit which is equal to the premium for the 230 strike price option. So to settle the first option and get back the profit, we go over to the other account and we click on settle. So we see 12.11 DAI would be transferred to our account, of which our profit would be 9.1, which is after subtracting the premium which we paid for the account, for the option. So the amount of DAI which we have right now is about 994, and this must be increased by 12.11, like that. So that's a demonstration of how we can create call option orders and how we can settle them. The criteria for put will be pretty much the same and only different cash flows.